if you're somebody who's missing out on the Pat McGrath special formulas and you try this, that gap in your life will be filled. Thank you, NABLA, for bringing me pure joy in a quad, because that is pure joy. Look at that. How incredible is that? Hi everybody, so today I've got some new Merit beauty to show you. I found a fabulous new combination with some new products from Merit and I cannot wait to show you how they work on me. I've also got this brand new spring release here from NABLA Cosmetics. This is a brand that I never see mentioned, but I really feel that these eyeshadows need to be mentioned. They are absolutely stunning. These are not the first ones I've tried. This is the third set I've bought. That's how much I love them. And I don't think I've shown them on my channel yet. So I'm really pleased to be able to show you this with their new spring releases. There's eyeshadows I've got here in this bag. And also these are eyeshadow pens launched with their spring collection. So I cannot wait to try these on and I really can't wait to see what you think of them. And if you're new here, hi, my name's Hannah. I'm 48, I'm not a professional, I'm just somebody who really loves makeup and beauty. And here on my channel, I show you the latest releases, my favourite looks and give you any beauty news you might be interested in. If you think you'd enjoy that, please do hit the subscribe button. I'm getting lots of people watching but not subscribing. So it would really mean the world to me if you did subscribe. It's so helpful to me. And if you're already subscribed, thank you so much for being here. Welcome back to my channel. And my skin tone for all the things we'll be trying today, I've got fair to light skin with predominantly cool undertones that lean a little bit neutral, and I've got blue eyes. Anyway, that's enough about me. Let's get straight into this video. Firstly, I'd like to thank Merit Beauty for gifting me quite a considerable amount of PR, which I'm really grateful for. But I have to admit that a few of them I've already got, so they're actually becoming backups, which is great news for me. But one of the reasons that I was gifted these two, which I will be showing you now, is because they are new in a sense. Now you might recognise both of these. This one launched last year. This is the moisturising primer, and this one has been around I think since they almost launched, the Great Skin Instant Glow Serum, both of which I love, both of which I've never tried together, which is what I want to show you today because I've made a really good discovery with these two. But what is new is they've launched travel sizes of these, so you don't have to get these full sizes. So you could just get the smallest size if you just want to try them out to see if they work for you. But also if you're a fan of these, it's excellent news because you can now get them in travel sizes and you can travel with them much more easily because this one especially is quite heavy. So very good news if you're a fan of these products, which I certainly am, but very excited to show you my discovery, which I will show you in a minute. I've got a number of things here in this bag, which I haven't yet opened. One of them I have opened though, which is part of my discovery, and that is a new shade in their foundation stick. So I'm actually going to try the three of these together. And I tried it once the other day off camera and I was just so impressed with the way they work together. I did not expect it, so I really want to show you that quickly. And I will finish by showing you another combination. I've got a new shade in their lip liner that's recently launched. I did do a proper review of all the ones I bought. They're actually, like one of them is actually sitting on my desk right now that I was using this week because I love them so much. And I've also got a new shade of their Gelée, is it called? The shade Slick Sheen, not Gelée, I've got that wrong. And yeah, the new factor with these is these are the sheen versions. This is the lightest of their shade Slick. So I've got a new shade in this and I've got a new shade in the liner, so I'll be trying those on as well. But first of all, let me just show you how this new triple combination works. So the other things they sent me, by the way, just for transparency, were basically backups of the glow serum and the primer. So they're just basically going straight into my backup drawer because I already had them. So thank you so much for those, Merit. I'm very grateful. I'm also delighted to be getting another bag. This is my second bag and I love my Merit bags. Here's my other one with all my Merit stuff that I bought myself. So love these bags, very handy. Thank you very much. So here I'm going to start now with the Instant Glow Serum. Now this is very oily. You can see the split in it now, so you need to give it a good shake up. And it's actually the only oil I've ever used under makeup that's really worked for me. Oils are always a bit of a concern with breaking things up. So this is how it looks when you give it a good shake up. And you really don't need much. For me, just 2 pumps of this is enough. I can't really show you how that looks because it goes straight onto my hand. I'll try and show you on the back of my hand actually. So let's just get this straight onto my skin. So it is quite oily. I think that if you've got oily skin, just one spray of this would be absolutely plenty. If you're like me and you've got mostly dry skin with combination slightly oily T-zone, which is what I've got, I can go up to 3. So I've actually gone in for a 3rd pump there because my skin sort of decides for me. My skin is telling me whether or not I need more. You may find one, like I said, is absolutely plenty. So I've actually gone in for a 3rd pump today because my skin basically tells me whether or not I need it. On some days I might just need 2, and today clearly I needed 3. This is going on top of my Milky Toner and Vitamin C, and then I'm putting an SPF actually on top today, an SPF spray, rather than having SPF then adding oils and other things that could possibly break down the SPF. So I'll be using an SPF spray. I'm actually testing a new one, which I won't go into now because I'm still testing it, but that's quite a good way of locking in a good SPF cover as your final stage in makeup if you find a good one. So I found one that's a setting spray and SPF, which I'm currently testing, and that's how I prefer to apply this. So I just want to show you, because it was very hard to show you, how this looks. Hopefully, as soon as I turn my hand, this is going to pour down my hand. See? On my desk. I tried to avoid it, but it gives you an idea. It's quite a watery finish. It's not super oily by any means. It's a lovely feeling. It really is a beautiful product. So now adding this, like when I first reviewed this, I told you straight away it's become one of my favourite primers. I don't tend to use primers, but because this is a moisturising primer, it's actually called Priming Moisturizer. That's why I get on well with it, because I like to use a moisturiser as a primer. So this is basically doing both of those. And when I did test this out for you first time, I did say I was going to show you what these two would look like together. So I'm very glad I'm finally getting to do this on camera. So I'm going to take 1 pump here. This is a much thicker product, and 1 pump is probably just about enough. This is such a lovely combination, honestly. You just have to try these two together, because the moment you add this to the top, it is just so... I'm putting in another half a pump. My skin is clearly very thirsty today. It just feels so beautiful, the two together. It's like silk. It is so nice, and my skin feels so pampered and so smooth. But my concern with having an oil and a moisturiser was, would I be able to get a foundation to work? So as soon as they sent me the new shade in the foundation, I thought I should try it, and it worked so well. So I'll show you the new shade I've got. So they've sent me Bone, but I'll show you the ones I've been using up until now. So Bone is the cool shade, which is why I wanted to try it. So there is Bone. And the ones I've been using up until now, which I'll still happily use actually, I like to mix them together. I've got here Bisque and I've got Linen. So Linen is the one I can use all over my face. There's Linen. You can see how much warmer that is. So you can see how much Bone is better for me with a cool tone. But I've got away quite well with Linen in the past. And then the other one I've got, which is Bisque. This is Bisque, and this one's deeper again. So this one I've always used for like under the eye if I need a bit of correction. So I tend to mix them together, and that's how I've always used the two of these. In fact, I've gone through nearly half of those because I have used them a lot. They're really, really good ones. I love them for that quick everyday makeup. And you can even use them as your concealer and your foundation, which is not something I can do with any other foundation actually. So I'll show you, and you can be quite liberal in the way you apply this and not too particularly careful. So I just sort of zigzag this all over my face. And then I'm going to use the Merit No. 2 brush, which you can use for all of their products apart from eyes. They have the No. 2 for that. Did I say this is No. 2? This is Merit No. 1, in case I just said No. 2. You'll see with this brush and with my base going on top now of that primer and that oil, it blends together in literal seconds and it sits beautifully. Now obviously I am going to be left with a lot of shine with this, so I will be powdering, which is something I always do. So if you're not somebody who likes too much shine and you don't like to powder, this wouldn't be your favourite routine by any means. If you're looking for a quick, super hydrating, skin loving base, a light layer of this foundation is just give me a little bit of correction and that very natural base. But if I did want to go in for a little bit more, I can definitely do that and build up a bit more. It's just such an easy product for me, this. It's incredibly easy. I'm hoping you can see that. Normally I would probably edit out some of my finishing off as I'm doing this so it's not too long-winded, but there's no editing out here because that's how quick it is. It's exceptionally quick and easy, and it just looks beautiful on top of that base. I really love it, and I feel like my skin is so healthy. I'm actually going to take the Merit No. 2 brush just to go around my brows, which I did do before the start of this video, because the No. 1 brush can be a little bit chunky to get near the brows, and that's where the Merit No. 2 can just do that job for you. And I think I will show you today just how this can work as a concealer. Now, it's not a concealer that's going to give you particularly full coverage, but it does work as a concealer, and as I said, there is nothing that I've got in my collection that I feel does this, or that my mature skin, dry skin, fussy under eye skin approves of, but it does approve of this for sure. There's no caking with this, it just blends in like a really lovely skincare basically, and it just gives me that light bit of coverage. So if you're looking for very quick lightweight coverage all over the face and under the eyes, and you just want to do something without getting lots of products out, this foundation stick, which is called the Minimalist, I believe is the actual name, isn't it? I always forget. And it really is a minimalist because you just don't need anything else. You're reducing so much by using this one product. And that is my full base. Isn't it really beautiful? I love it. I absolutely love it. I'm so chuffed with that discovery, but I will try the duo of the oil and the moisturising primer underneath other foundations in case it is just the Merit that works really well with that combination. But I have to say, I'm thrilled with it. I definitely hope to be using this double combination all the time now because I think it is so nice. So I will go off camera, do the rest of my base, and then just show you the lips, and then we'll move on to the new NABLA Spring collection. So I've gone on to set my makeup and put a base on, so you can see everything sits very nicely on top. Even with powder, this still feels wonderful. So I did need plenty of powder to get rid of the sort of slightly tacky feeling and the glow, because I'm just not a fan of that. But certainly you don't have to do that, but that's how I like to wear it, but it still looks really pretty. So I'm now going to try the liner in the shade Tabac, which is one of the shades I didn't try. So here is this liner. These are sheer liners, but they have reasonable, oh, why is that up so high? They have reasonable longevity for sheer, and you can see they're fully retractable. And they've got a sharpener in the bottom as well if you did want to sharpen it, but they're so easy to apply. So I'm putting quite a thick layer of this on. Lovely hydrating lip liners, just super creamy and super easy. But you can also run these all over the lip for an all over colour. I'll show you how Tabac looks on the back of my hand as well. Great sort of everyday brown shade really. Work with quite a few sort of looks, I think. Most looks. So the shade I've got in the shade Slick Sheen is, where's it say? Biarritz, I think. Let's see what this one is like. So here is the bottle. Lovely shade actually. And let me see what it looks like with Tabac. So there are the two of them together there. These have become my favourite formula in the Merit lip gloss formulas. They're not too gloopy, not too thick. They are quite sheer, but they're so shiny, so hydrating, and they still bring that pigment. Oh, I love it. I really love these combinations. Beautiful everyday makeup, easy, and your skin just feels so happy with them, honestly. Another beautiful combination. I really am enjoying Merit makeup generally, and for that very quick, easy, everyday, my skin but better, Merit has to be one of the best, if not the best brand. So Thank you very much for sending these to me, Merit. What do you think of this duo, Tabac and Biarritz? Love them. So let's now move on to the NABLA. So before I show you the actual spring ones, let me just show you the ones I've already got in my collection. So I think this was the first one. Oh, I can't remember actually which is the first one I got. But anyway, they basically launched this Liberty X system, which interested me straight away when it first launched. And you can buy this case, or it comes free sometimes, which in this case it did with the set, depending on how much you're buying. But I think it's only about £15 for the case. So it's a case for life. And obviously you can swap and change whichever ones are going inside because it's magnetic. But once they're in, they are in. You can push them out underneath. So you can chop and change these as much as you like. But if you know me, you know how much I love shimmers. I love wow shades. And I also love creating my own sort of colour stories. So I haven't got any mattes here, but I do believe there's all sorts of formulas. If you go onto the NABLA website, you can choose multiple different colours and multiple different formulas. Yeah, I'm just looking on their website now. They have matte, satin, metal, glitter, celestial, magichrome and glassified. So I think the ones I've got to show you today are the glassified, but anyway, we'll get onto that in a minute. So there are a huge range of different formulas and there's a huge range of different colours. So I'll actually pop a picture up now. I'm screenshotting it as I'm saying this, of all of the different colours. And at the moment, if you get 4, you do get a free palette. If you did want to just get the palette on its own, it's £10 or €10 actually, because the price is euros. But I am able to buy this here in the UK. And the price, if you just go for one of these shades, €8.90. So I think that's around the 35 mark. So you don't have to just go for shimmers, you don't have to just go for wow shades. I know with my first ones I went for the magichrome, so I think that's what these are. I think they're all magichrome. So I don't know what they are because it doesn't say on the back. Actually let me see if I can pop them out. But oh wow. Honestly, these need to be talked about more because they are just so good. And I don't know why they're not. Because if you're missing wow shades, such as a lot of people who are upset about the Pat McGrath formula, just look at these, look at them. So look how shifty that one is. I mean, these are giving Danessa Myrex level excitement when it comes to finish. And there's the pink. It looks like a white, but it's pink with a shift. Just look at them. Aren't they sensational? And these are, I just popped one out, these are definitely the magichrome or magichrome. And now the next 4 I've got, these ones aren't actually Liberty X, the ones I'm showing you. So those were my first set of 4. These 4. The first 4 I got from NABLA actually came in a set that was put together for me. These are glitters. And these formulas, by the way, are made in Italy formulas. So these are true glitters, so you have to really love glitter because they're very bitty, but they pack a punch again. Look at them. You will need a glitter glue with these ones, they are true glitters. But the new ones that launched, it's a new formula for me from this collection. So that one I've shown you now, like I said, that's not the Liberty X. That one was actually Miami Light Glitter Palette, which came out before the Liberty X. So that was my mistake there. I thought I had 2 Liberty X, but I didn't. But I do now because I've just bought this second one. So when I saw these new colours, I had to get these. So this is from the spring set. I mean, look at these colours. This is the Spring Glassified Drop, which is the full set I got. So this came with the eyeshadow pens as well. It also came with this nice bag, which came free with it. It also came with this, which is actually a belt for putting your makeup around your waist. So if you're a makeup artist, this might be useful, and you can put all your different pens, such as these eyeshadow pens, I suppose, or brushes. I'm not entirely sure what you do, but you can put it, I think the idea is you put it, yeah, it's elastic, so you can put it around your waist. I don't know. It's a bit small for a waist. I don't actually know, but it was a free gift. Editing me here, I have since found out that this is intended for you to put all of your pens in and then you roll them up. So it's a way of storing them. It is not a belt. And this is an exclusive full set. And you can try this new formula, the Glassified. 3 of them are Glassified anyway, so I will go through them now. So this formula, it says, is ultra-luminous with a glassy, almost wet effect. Feels silky and weightless whilst adhering perfectly to the lid. Wear alone or as a top coat to elevate any look. So one of these is called Moonflower, and Moonflower, that must be Moonflower. You can see that it's a glitter. Moonflower is a glitter. So this one is a multi-dimensional glitter with indigo, magenta and peach lime, which reflects for a high impact glow. Look at the shift in that. Isn't it gorgeous? So these 3 are the new Glassified formulas, and we have here this green. So this one is called Glassy Fig. A vivid sage green with lime and teal reflects. It's so soft and smooth. Oh wow, that is so soft. Look at that. Look how beautiful that is. And then we have this one here, which is a lavender, glassy lavender. That is so pretty. And this one is Glassy Rose. The lavender, by the way, is described as a deep silver with magenta and lilac reflects, this one. And now Glassy Rose. This is a warm pink with champagne and platinum reflects. Oh, that is so pretty. But this one is very warm compared to the other 3. I don't know how they'd work together. I don't think I would use these together, really. They are very much one and dones in my opinion. But anyway, I'll see. Maybe the green and the lavender would work well together. But I also want to try that glitter, really, because it is something else. So let's look at the eyeshadow pencils that also came. This is a cult favourite formula, it says, which is now permanent. And there are 3 new shine shades. So what I've got here, I say new, it came with a set anyway. So this one here is Amira. I've got glitter all over my hand now. This one is Bronzy. They are very creamy actually, which is promising for applying them. And then the last one, oh wow, Crystalline. This one's Crystalline. Straight away I want to pop that in my waterline, which I'm going to do even though I've already got my Delilah one on. But I just want to see that in my waterline before I do anything else. I'll see the difference because it's just given that sparkle. That is a lovely waterline shade. So I think today I'll try the bronzy one. I think I will skip this reddish one because that would be a very different look, and I want to have a fairly cohesive look. I'm trying to show you the formulas, but I think I will stick with just one look for today. So let me put a little bit of this on here. Quite a lot of pigment there, isn't there? I'll take it up here into the outer V, not being particularly careful, because it does seem to be very creamy. So I think I'm going, actually I'll use my Merit number 2 brush. I should have quite a bit of time with this. Oh, that is really blending out very easily. I've also got a tiny bit of powder because I completely forgot I was doing this. And normally that can be a disaster, but it's working just fine. There is glitter coming up, which isn't coming from this formula, I don't think. I think I must just have glitter all over me. I don't think they've got glitter in anyway. It's hard for me to tell now because I've got so much glitter on me. Let me, actually no, there is glitter in it. It is shiny. I've just put it on the inside of my wrist. There is shimmer in it, so this is a little bit shimmery. Not a lot, so it's not the glitter from earlier. This is the shimmer that's coming from the pen, the eyeshadow pen. How quick and easy was that? Very easy base. Do the same on the other side. So I'm keeping this light and not over applying it, so I could build this up a lot and have a lot more pigment. I'm keeping it light because I want to go in with those lovely toppers, and I want those to really stand out. So definitely using this more as a background base to set everything. and hopefully it'll help to make those glitters stick. I'll see how it feels. If it's still a bit tacky, then I might be able to avoid a glitter glue if I try that glitter. I'm going to try it as my eyeliner as well. These are retractable, by the way. Did I say that earlier? Not sure if I did. I don't... oh, no. I was going to say there's no sharpener in the base, but there is. So there we go. That works so easily as a liner, and it's actually a perfect shade for me as a liner. So now for the bit I've been waiting for. Obviously, I'm putting the green on. So silky smooth. I mean, just look at them. Why are these not getting talked about? I don't understand. Oh, look at that. These should be viral. They should be everywhere, and I never hear them mentioned. The Magichrome were sensational, and I got those over a year ago, and I've still seen nobody talk about them. I suppose I'm at fault there because I haven't introduced them to you. I think I did a shorts reel swatching them at the time. Look at that. Just very glassy, but no fallout from this. It's really sticking to the eye. Oh, that is gorgeous. I'm actually going to take some of it on a fluffy brush and sort of take it a bit higher to see if I can work it with a brush like that. It's not fly away like a glitter, it looks a bit like it would be. Oh, I am getting a bit of speckle now on the face using a fluffy brush. Oh, look at that, that is just so pretty. And it's so silky soft. I love this formula. So let's do the other side. And now for the lavender. I love green and lavender together, so you can see why I was so drawn to this collection. I'm going to put this now on the inner part of the eye. Oh, wow. And bring it to meet the green. These are so much fun. Oh, look at it. These are just stunning formulas, absolutely stunning. I really think if you're somebody who's missing out on the Pat McGrath special formulas and you try this, that gap in your life will be filled. Because this is a special formula. Wow. I think I will wet my Refa 3 brush and go in with the same colours underneath. I'm hoping that by wetting the brush I won't get the fallout. That green when it's wet, look at that. I'm completely obsessed. And with the same wet brush, taking the lavender, so above and below are matching. Now I really wouldn't like to add to this. I think I'm very sparkly, as you can see. And I think I'll finish the inner corner and under the brow just using a matte, just so I can not have too much glitter. Well, I've got too much glitter. I need to introduce a little bit of matte, so I'm going in with my standard Tom Ford Black Diamond and taking that into the inner corner, just for that pop of brightness minus glitter and shimmer there. But I do want to try this glitter just so you can see how it might look. I think it's going to be a little bit much, but I don't think I can risk not going in with a bit of glitter glue. So I've got my NYX glitter glue here, and I'll put a bit of this on the back of my hand. And I'm going to take a little bit in the middle there. And I'm just going to put a pop of that glitter into the very centre. This is the Mono Glitter in Moonflower. Oh wow. Are you seeing this? Oh wow. Why are these not viral? Why? Why? They are just so cool. I love them. Look at that. All over the eye, that one on its own. Oh wow. My top doesn't go at all with my look today. I do apologise. I'm filming 2 videos today. And I don't think these colours work, but anyway. Surely you're only looking at my eyes right now and not my top, because look at this, look. Thank you, NABLA, for bringing me pure joy in a quad, because that is pure joy. Look at that. How incredible is that? Anyway, I'll just go off camera, do my mascara and finish up and give you my final thoughts. I've just gone in with 1 coat of mascara and I have to say I am completely in love with this look. I really am. I started off with the Merit base, which I told you is a real discovery putting those 3 together. I'm delighted with that base. I love the way that the Merit oil plus the moisturising primer plus the Minimalist, there we are, I got there, work together. What a trio. And I'm going to be using that so much more often, and also, as I said, letting you know how I get on with the oil plus the moisturizer together underneath other foundations, how they work underneath others, because I'm really quite excited about that base. I do love finding such a lovely hydrating base, and I love the way my skin feels and looks when I use it, so very pleased with that combination. And another lovely combination on the lips there from Merit. Very simple, very sheer, but I love them. I just think they're beautiful everyday liner and lip shades. And like I said, I do get a good few hours out of the liner. It's not going to last you all day by any means, but a good few hours is not bad at all, and it's so easy to top up. And then onto this fabulous spring collection from NABLA. Well, you've seen my reaction to this. I mean, this is joy for me, absolute joy, as with the Magic Chrome. They're my favourites. I haven't bought any mattes, like I said, but I've got so many. I like to buy things like this, and that's where I keep my matte palettes, so I can just use them if I need to. But in this case, I really didn't need to, because it works so well with these eyeshadow pens, which is what they recommend to do anyway. So my recommendation, if you get this set, would be to use 1 of the eyeshadow pens and then 1 of these, and it's very simple, just 2 products to do the whole look. Well, the lightest one obviously is not going to be a liner shade. This one I think is really good for that pop in the waterline. You could also use it as a pop in the inner corner. Very nice shade that. And I've still got them on my hand. These are the other 2. These 2 will both work as a really good base shade before you go in with one of these. I think maybe this sort of slightly red one would be very nice with the lavender and with this one here. And obviously we've seen how the brown works very nicely with the green. So sorry, that's the lavender. This one is the glitter topper. So I've gone a bit mad with all that. I wouldn't necessarily use that much. I can't say I'm unhappy though. I do have a bit of glitter around my face. I do have a bit of sparkle. Keep in mind I did swatch a lot of sparkly stuff, so I do have glitter sort of flying around the room right now, because I did swatch this glitter quad at the beginning, and there's a lot of glitter in here. So I'm a bit extra glittery, but I don't think you can completely avoid having a little bit of obvious glitter on your face when you do a look like this, so you do need to enjoy that. But they are so smooth and so easy to apply. This glassified formula is stunning. It is absolutely stunning. You need to try it and feel it to see what I mean. They are silky soft, smooth, giving you the wet look finish, and they're so easy to work with. I absolutely adore them, and I think the whole world should be shouting and screaming about these because they are fantastic. I just wanted to see if this has got longevity. And there we go, they are not shifting. So these are locked in. So that's really good as well, really good. That was the final thing to test. This whole collection from NABLA is an absolute knockout. I would love to hear your thoughts. Have you seen this anywhere? Because I haven't. I saw it advertised from NABLA because I'm on their email list, so I get to see, obviously, as everyone else does, if there's a new launch. And I saw this one and I grabbed it, but I don't think I've seen anyone talking about it anywhere. So tell everyone about this. This is something special. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Have you tried them? Would you be trying them? What do you think of them? Are they too much for you? They are my happy place. They really are my happy place makeup. Anyway, if you've enjoyed this video, I do hope you subscribe to my channel. It's ever so helpful. But if you are subscribed, thank you so much for being here. I really do appreciate it. And if you could also hit the like button, that would be great too if you've enjoyed it. And I really do hope to see all of you again for my next video. Take care, everybody. Bye.